What are the advantages and disadvantages of technology in the 21st century?
Technology is changing our world. Our devices allow us to do things that were previously unimaginable. But is that a good thing? Do our devices bring us together, or are they separating us? Or are we more alone? Are we more connected to knowledge, or just more likely to believe misinformation? We know that new technology helps save lives, but what about the health risks from being so sedentary? Are we more distracted, or are we more engaged? What are the effects of adding metrics to our social interactions? And what does it mean that you can publish anywhere at any time and share your voice with the world? Explore the pros and cons of technology and defend whether it's making life better or worse.
Advantages. Electronic learning or e-learning is used to offer instructional programs to distant learners. It is based on technology for improving classrooms engagement through positive environment, where students are deliberately engaged in online tutorials for completing a task assigned to them. E-learning can be economical for students using it, and they can perform other useful activities in their spare time. Flexibility is another major advantage of e-learning, as it provides learners the benefit to take classrooms anywhere at any time. The environment for e-learners also helps students or learners to rely on themselves, so that instructors are no longer the solitary knowledge source, rather that they serve as a guidance and advisor. Disadvantages. E-learning might result in being less effective due to the absence of face-to-face encounter with instructors or teachers. Assessments are generally held online, which reduce the possibility of restricted illegal activities such as cheating, plagiarism, etc. Maintaining motivation in an online course that online learners experience. Students who lack self-motivation and independence had reduced successful rates as compared to their counterparts. Learners that lack self-regulation have a tendency to not assign sufficient time for completing assignments, therefore switching in poor quality work or late assignments. Students lack motivation and can easily lose sight of their original objectives rapidly because lost within the course and consequently withdraw from the course. Pros of technology in the classroom. Variety of resources. With the use of technology, educators, parents, and kids can access a wealth of resources, including homework assignments, tutorials, and sample problems websites. Can be access to resources that assist their learning at home and in the classroom thanks to modern class technology. Efficiency. By streamlining processes like attendance, grading, and communication, technology frees up teachers' time to create resources, provide individual education, and communicate with parents and students via online platforms. Use-to-date information. With the use of technology, teachers and students may instantly access current events, update textbooks, and immediately communicate via chat, emails, apps in the classroom. Cost efficiency. Technology helps districts and teachers save money by providing free online resources, reducing printing and paper costs, and eliminating expenses related to maintaining report cards and maintaining physical textbooks. Motivating and engaging. Because technology integrates with the tools and gadgets students already use in their daily lives, it makes learning fun and engaging, which increases students' motivation. Cons of technology in the classroom and how to solve it. Excessive screen time increases the overall amount of exposure to electronic devices. Its impact can be reduced if parents and teachers are limits of students' device use. Distractions can be a minefield of distractions that are constantly competing for our attention. Setting clear expectations, consequences, and internal blocks can help keep students focused on their assignments. Cheating. Although cheating has become simpler thanks to technology, resources like plagiarism checkers, assist professors in identifying plagiarized content by identifying any unusual similarities between student submission and other works. Less human interaction leaves kids unable of carrying out meaningful conversation in real life. In addition, technology makes effective communication and teamwork easier. Concerns can be addressed by moderating device use and promoting traditional social activities. Unequal access to technology. Unequal access is a key problem with classroom technology because some kids don't have Wi-Fi or reliable devices. However, schools and educators' fundings can assist alleviate such inequalities. Summary. Technology is an effective tool that improves learning despite its cons. Teachers may reduce negative impacts by teaching students how to use it responsibly, which will increase motivation and engagement while giving students valuable life skills. In order to suit the demand of students, e-learning is becoming a more important instrument for information transfer. It improves communication between instructors and students and helps them develop their abilities through interesting content. However, because of the increased screen time, it can result in social isolation. Hence, a well-established e-learning environment that fosters social interaction between mentors and students is necessary.
Maintaining modern technology is very expensive. As the use of technology in education rises, so does the demand for computers or tablets for schoolwork. However, not every household can afford to buy these devices for their kids, as not every parent has the funds to afford expensive items. This can cause the student to fall behind in schoolwork as they are unable to do it from home, and most of the time they spend in school they are in class and unable to finish their assignments that are posted. Some schools offer to rent out laptops, but the turn-in date is either the same day or they only allow them to rent out the laptop for a couple of hours. Potentially diminishes cognitive development and reduces problem-solving skills. The use of technology in the classroom has become so common that most educators, if not all, have incorporated it into their teaching practice. However, this can prove to be a bad thing. As technology advances, the less the consumers think. For example, if a child is doing their work on a computer or tablet and they come across a difficult math problem, instead of working it out, they can simply use a calculator that gives them the answer. This can take away their ability to solve simple math problems. The same goes for spelling. Nowadays, as you type on a computer, phone, or tablet, it automatically corrects you on your spelling. With this feature, the kids will not feel the need to learn how to spell words correctly, as the computer will simply do it for them. It is distracting both in the classroom and outside of it. Since children use technology in and outside of the classroom, their exposure to social media and other platforms has increased, as it has gotten increasingly easy to simply open a new tab and go on new websites instead of doing their schoolwork. In an article, it says, the biggest problem here is the fact that daily interactions with technological devices reduces attention span, and research shows that the attention span of children from Generation Z is about 8 seconds. As attention spans get shorter with each generation, it becomes increasingly difficult to get children to focus on something for a long time. This can slow down the learning process for many children from as young as 3 years old to seniors in high school, as nowadays teens are addicted to their phones. Summary. Although technology has its advantages, the disadvantages overrule them, as the continuous use of technology will only dumb down the kids if they are exposed to technology at an early age while their brains are still in the process of developing. When you consider using technology in your classroom or teaching technique, keep in mind that not every student will be able to afford it. It will stop children from developing problem-solving skills, and it can affect the attention span of children.
Cyberbullying. And this will be our last topic. Cyberbullying is the use of digital media to intimidate, upset, or harm someone. It can... Is that a typo? No. It can include repeatedly sending, posting, or sharing negative, harmful, or mean content about someone else on purpose. With cyberbullying, there are other people who see cyberbullying happen. In these situations, people can also be bystanders, allies, or upstanders. A bystander is someone who observes the conflict or unpredictable behavior but does not take part in it. An ally is someone who responds to the bullying situation by supporting the person being bullied. And an upstander is someone who tries to stop the bullying by directly confronting the person who's doing the bullying or by telling a trusted adult. I'm pretty sure we all know cyberbullying doesn't have any advantages. It's pretty much straightforward disadvantages.
3 major disadvantages of technology in education are maintaining modern technology is very expensive, potentially diminishes cognitive development and reduces problem-solving skills, and lastly, it is distracting both in the classroom and outside of it.
Teaching and learning, being able to learn at your own pace, be flexible, increase opportunities for students to pursue their interests, differentiated motivation, and prioritizing mental health. Research suggests that when students are presented with choices, they experience increased motivation, which leads to increased learning and academic success. During and since the pandemic, online teaching has presented many students with opportunities to learn at their own pace, which experts say improves their learning outcomes. A 2020 survey of more than 600 parents found the second most valued benefit of distance learning was flexibility. Researchers found that 18% of parents pointed to greater flexibility in a child's schedule or way of learning as the biggest benefit or positive outcome related to remote learning. We have another scholar here, Roxanne, stated that the flexibility of online learning allowed for students to own their learning based on their interest or when they were most productive. The pandemic forced educators to rethink how to keep students engaged. This brought on about discovering how to motivate students, and much of this came from discovering the unique things that the students found interesting. Hunter, this name is a little bit difficult to pronounce, so I'll skip it. Hunter discovered that the more that students could be facilitated to spend more time on the things they really were interested in, the better. This allowed students greater opportunities to pursue their interests, such as taking AP classes, foreign languages, or electives not available at their own schools. Lastly, remote teaching and learning open educators and families' eyes to the importance of protecting students' mental health and more generally not for the health and safety, but for their learning. As a result, educators have now embedded social and emotional learning components into daily instruction. For example, teachers teach techniques in the classroom and taking the moment opportunities to help kids resolve conflicts or manage stress. Internet access. Advantages of the internet: access to knowledge, information right at the tip of your fingers, very fast. Connects us to other people in ways we didn't think were possible in the past. Supportive communities develop online because of the internet. Some of the disadvantages: what can be used for good can also be used for evil. Pornography and violence are not really something you can get away from on the internet. It's very accessible, unfortunately. It creates an addiction to, and technology also creates addiction to technology and the devices. Well, let me go a little bit deeper. Some more disadvantages. The internet is full of abusive people. There are trolls, stalkers, and cyberbullying that happens regularly on a variety of platforms because it feels that some people can be anonymous when they sit behind a screen or a mobile device. The filters that we use when speaking with each other go away. That means a lot of people treat each other unkindly when they are online. This issue has impacted many students. The internet has exposed children to violence or pornography images before they are mature enough to process them, and this can be detrimental to their development. Teens who watch movies or listen to music that glorify specific behaviors are more likely to pursue them in real-life situations. It is an issue that can lead to drug use, drinking, violence, and risky sexualized behaviors. Using the internet can quickly become addictive for many people, and youngsters are no exception. You can find a massive amount of information to review, spending time connecting with friends on social network sites or play games. Some advantages: the internet provides students with an endless supply of information. Anytime we need to know anything, anytime we want to know someone famous's birthday, we just search it up and it's right there. The internet has allowed for communication in such a way that you have an instant conversation with anyone else who has a connection. This allows for students to communicate with each other and even with other scholars all around the world. What surprised us most about our topic was that there were a lot more advantages than disadvantages than we initially anticipated, and this will clearly help us impact our educational journey because we will use this knowledge to improve not only lesson delivery to our students, but also the way we address social, emotional health in our students.
How information learned impacted our way of teaching and learning and what to use in our future as educators. We learned different ways of how to access of internet can cause problems in our teaching, as well as how it will affect the students. But we also learned how to make sure it can be prevented. That way internet access can be used for the best for educators, for us educators, and for the kids learning.